Welcome to A to Z TV. In this video, we are gonna show you the top 10 richest person in the world in 2020. Pandemic has brought most of the economy down, but some people made benefits from that. Do you agree? Here comes the top 10 richest person despite of the pandemic. Number 10. Rob Walton. Rob Walton, age of 75, has worth about $54.1 billion on March 18, according to Forbes. Walton is the eldest son of the founder of Walmart, Sam Walton, and served as the chairman of the company from 1992 until 2015. He took over as Walmart's chairman upon his father's death in 1992. He and other heirs of Sam Walton collectively own about half of Walmart's stock. Number 9. Alice Walton. Alice Walton, age of 70, was worth $54.4 billion on March 18. She is Sam Walton's only daughter and is also the richest woman on Forbes' 2020 list. She has focused on curating art, rather than working for Walmart like her siblings, Rob and Jim. In 2011 she opened the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art in her hometown, Bentonville, Arkansas. She and brother Jim are spearheading a program that will issue $300 million in bonds to help charter schools invest in facilities. Moving up, number 8. Jim Walton. Here comes the Walton family again. Jim Walton, age of 71, was the richest Walton on March 18 with a net worth of $54.6 billion. Jim Walton is the youngest son of Walmart founder Sam Walton. According to Forbes, Jim Walton gave away $1.2 billion in Walmart in June last year, but kept his wealth because of a 44% stake in Arbus Bank. Jim sat on Walmart's board for more than a decade before yielding the seat to his son, Stuart, in June 2016. Collectively, he and other heirs of Sam Walton own about half of Walmart's stock. Jim and sister Alice are spearheading a program that will issue $300 million in bonds to help charter schools invest in facilities. How generous is he? Right? Number 7. Mark Zuckerberg. The founder of Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg, age of 36, was worth $54.7 billion on March 18. Zuckerberg founded social media site Facebook in 2004. Zuckerberg started Facebook at Harvard in 2004 at the age of 19 for students to match names with photos of classmates. Facebook, the social network Zuckerberg runs, has become a go-to communications tool during the pandemic lockdown. He took Facebook public in May 2012 and still owns about 15% of the stock. In December 2015, Zuckerberg and his wife, Priscilla Chan, pledged to give away 99% of their Facebook stake over their lifetimes. Number 6. Amancio Ortega. From Spain. Amancio Ortega, age of 84, was the wealthiest clothing retailer in the world on March 18, with a net worth of $55.1 billion, according to Forbes. In 1975 he and his ex-wife Rosalia Mara founded Inditex, which is best known for the fashion chain Zara, Forbes reported. He owns about 60% of Madrid-listed Inditex, which has 8 brands, including Massimo Dutti and Pull & Bear, and 7,500 stores around the world. Ortega typically earns more than $400 million in dividends a year. Number 5. Larry Ellison. Larry Ellison, age of 75, was worth $59 billion on March 18. In 1977, he founded Oracle, a software company, and today he serves as the chairman of the board and the chief technology officer, according to Forbes. Oracle has grown in part through steady acquisitions of software companies, the biggest of which was $9.3 billion for NetSuite in 2016. In 2012, Ellison spent $300 million to buy nearly all of Hawaiian island Lanai. So far, he has built a hydroponic farm and a luxury spa there. Ellison joined Tesla's board in December 2018. after purchasing 3 million Tesla shares earlier that year. Number 4. Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett, age of 89, was worth $67.5 billion on March 18. Known as the Oracle of Omaha, Buffett is one of the most successful investors of all time, according to Forbes. He also runs Berkshire Hathaway, which owns more than 60 companies. The son of a U.S. congressman, he first bought stock at age 11 and first filed taxes at age 13. He's promised to give away over 99% of his fortune. In 2019 he donated $3.6 billion, much of it to the Foundation of Friends Bill and Melinda Gates. In 2010, he and Gates launched the Giving Pledge, asking billionaires to commit to donating half their wealth to charitable causes. And here is top 3. Bernard Arnault. Bernard Arnault, 71, and his family was worth $76 billion on March 18. Arnault is the CEO of luxury goods company LVMH, which includes Louis Vuitton and Sephora brands. Last year, the company bought Tiffany & Company for $16.2 billion, which could be the largest luxury brand acquisition, Forbes reported. LVMH spent $3.2 billion in 2019 for luxury hospitality group, Belmond, which owns or manages 46 hotels, trains and river cruises. His father made a small fortune in construction. Arnault got his start by putting up $15 million from that business to buy Christian Dior in 1985. Second in the list. Bill Gates. I'm sure you guys know who he is. Bill Gates, age of 64, was worth $98 billion on March 18, according to Forbes. Gates and his wife Melinda chair the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which is the largest private charitable foundation in the world, Forbes reported. Gates has sold or given away much of his stake in Microsoft. He owns just over 1% of shares and invested in a mix of stocks and other assets. To date, Gates has donated $35.8 billion worth of Microsoft stock to the Gates Foundation. Number 1, which is the champion of the list, finally, the last one. Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos, 56, is the richest man in the world, despite transferring a quarter of his Amazon stake to his ex-wife Mackenzie last summer, according to Forbes. He was worth $113 billion on March 18. Between March and April 2020, amid the pandemic, Amazon said it hired 175,000 additional workers. In April 2020, Bezos said he would give $100 million to Feed America, a non-profit that operates food banks and food pantries across the country. In 2019, Amazon notched $280.5 billion in revenues and a record $11.5 billion in net profit. Bezos owns the Washington Post and Blue Origin, an aerospace company that is developing rockets for commercial use. That's all for the top 10 list in this video. Do check out our other top 10 videos. Thanks for watching and don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button.